Another thing, you also talked about people go through different states, especially you'll deal with a woman, she'll be in a good state, in a bad state. One of the things I really
What do you mean
love,
good and bad?
happy and sad.
Okay.
Sometimes. And the reason why I bring that up is you talked about waiting 6 days to contact a 6 days to contact a girl after a date. I had FitX Fearless on my show, and we had the same discussion. If I go out with a girl and we have a really good interaction, I tell her, I seed, hey, you need to contact me the next day. Let's meet up, whatever. But she needs to contact me because I don't know where her emotional state is when I reach out.
Yeah.
You made that point, and I thought it was terrific the way you made that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when she reaches out to me, I know she's in a positive emotional state and things can go better.
Absolutely. Like regardless of the pretext, and there's going to be some sort of pretext like, hey, here's a meme made me think of you.
Yes.
Or, oh, I got the book that we discussed in our conversation. Can't wait to read it. Like it's going to have something that has nothing to do with dating and sex and wanting to see you. But when a woman reaches out of her own accord, the subtext is, I want to see you again.
Yes.
I'm ready for you. I was missing you. If you ask me, the answer will be yes.
Yeah.
Which is why in general, it's always good, no matter what stage of the relationship that you're in as a man, to force the women to advance the relationship.
Yeah.
Because when they are put in a position to have to do so, if you want to advance the relationship, the answer will be yes.
Yes.
The answer will be yes. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. On the other hand, if you get there first, maybe you catch her on a good day, maybe you catch her on a bad day. Like if I reach out to a woman out of the blue, who knows what emotional state she's in, and she's going to perceive my unwanted intrusion into her attention through the lens of that emotion.
Yeah.
And God forbid I get associated because of that with some negative emotion that she might be passing through. That's actually that could be the end of that streak.
You talk about the emotional lens because I think a lot of guys don't understand this because
it's so important
because we as men don't have that lens. If a woman is attractive,
we do, but we can turn it
to a lesser
off.
degree.
To a lesser, what I'm saying is if a woman is really attractive, she's attractive when we're in a bad mood and when we're in a good mood is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
So what I'm saying, that emotional lens is the same. Whereas I've talked to guys before, they had an unbelievable night talking to a girl all night, and the next day they call her and she's either dehydrated or she's come down from the Molly and has serotonin deficit or something weird has happened, and you're like, you don't understand what you did wrong. And it's like, no, you just caught her on one side of the merry-go-round and she just happened to but when you wait for her to contact you, you know she's at the top of the Ferris wheel. You know she's not now down here at the bottom. And so I thought that was really great. And the other one, you just brought this up and I didn't even think about this till right now, is the concept of, I always tell men, the where are we or what are we discussion needs to be initiated by her.
Of course.
It can't be initiated by you. Can you talk about that also?
Well, it's just first of all, it's important for her to do so because it's sort of like the least minimum required effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if the man is the gatekeeper of commitment, the woman has to at least fucking knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it, women are gatekeepers of sex. They're not just going around handing out sex to every man who wants it. The men have to knock, and they generally have to have some sort of value proposition that's sufficiently attractive to even get her to open the door a crack. And then there's a lot of work that needs to be done after that point in the vast majority of cases. So it's important for women to at least make the effort if that's what they're looking for, because they're not just handing out what men want on the other side of things. So if they want that, then they have to ask. That's the least required effort. And they generally have to make some sort of value proposition, just like the men did to get into that situation to begin with. I think that's fair.
And you also mentioned before about women's necessity for attention being similar to men's necessity for sex.
It's the most rewarding thing you can give a woman.
Yeah.
Just like sex is the most rewarding thing you give a man.
So I also had this analogy, which is if a woman, like say if I had a daughter and I heard she was having sex for nothing, basically to whatever guy was asking her to have it, I would be disappointed as a father because she's giving away sex for nothing. And I would use the analogy of men giving away their attention for nothing, leaving heart eye emojis on women's Instagrams who are never going to write them back. When a man gives away his attention for nothing, he also loses his value. But when a woman gives away attention, it doesn't cost her anything. Just like when a man gives away sex, it doesn't cost him anything. And I think men get confused by that. They walk into the strip club and the girl grabs him like, oh my God, you're so cute. And he thinks this is real, but it costs her nothing. in exchange for the money that he's going to give her. And I feel like men get this confusion where they're receiving attention from women as opposed to compliance, and they think it's the same thing, not realizing that it doesn't cost women get anything to give you attention.